Hi, this is Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts, and these are the 5 steps to perfect punches. I'm going to show you the 5 steps quick, and I'm going to show you how to do it on a pad. So first one, expansion contraction. So many people are worried about rotating the hips, but they move as a block. They're very strong in the chest and the hips, and they go like this. And everything is stuck. So what you have to learn is you have to learn how your body opens and closes. If you do forms traditionally, and you did things like this and like this, you should understand this principle anyway, is how to pump with the body. But this is very important. When you watch people throw too, you'll watch people, they'll go like this, and they'll open, and then they'll close. That's why the body creates power. I used to teach kids, and you see this all the time. They go like this, and they would throw as a block, and there was no power. Well, your punching's the same thing. Number 2 is weight shift. So, you ever seen a guy make a friction fire? They go like this with a stick, and they go up and down, but that stick never goes anywhere. That's exactly how people punch. So what they do is they plant their feet, they go like this, and they make a circle. I see this all the time in class when people hit pads. They circle around like this. Realistically, what you want out of your body is you have to learn how to take your mass and move it with your center to the point of impact. If I only do this, my weight stays here. But if you watch me go farther with my weight, you see how much more that goes? You need to take your weight, move it properly. Teaching sports, I see this all the same time too. People will go like this, or they'll go to hit, and they'll just go like this, and the mass stays there, instead of coming through and driving their center through the ball. It's all the same. If you can take your mass and put it in a point and drive it, there's a lot of power on it. Number 3 is alignment. I don't care how hard you hit, or how hard you can swing, or how strong you are. If your body does not line up in the chain in the order it's supposed to, there's no power. The biggest one I see, which is the most painful one, is people like to throw their hips, and then their center goes through the point, and they've expended all of their energy, and then they swing their hand after. When you hit an object, your whole body has to line up and be in alignment so that you have your mass moving properly, your hand is lined up for structure in the body, and your hand hits as your center is going through them. You don't want to hit with the center and then go through them, and you don't want to hit them and then have your center go through after. Alignment is critical to hitting anything. Any sport I've ever watched, hockey, baseball, where you hit an object, golf, if you don't hit that at the point of the ball and then your mass explodes through it, you've just wasted energy. Number 4 is rotation. Now, you just heard me complain about rotation, right? Everyone makes a friction fire. Not the rotation I mean. Even if I was throwing a ball and I wanted to bring my mass to it, there has to be some turn. There has to be some rotation in the body. But it's not just the hips. My problem with rotation is not that you don't do it, is you're just doing it wrong. People turn with their hips, but they don't rotate their joints. Through stiffness, they stiffen their chest and their arms, and when they hit, everything comes as a block. What you need to understand is every time you hit, things rotate inside your body. Your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, because the more relaxed you are, the more twist you'll get into the body. It's called joint recruitment. If you're stiff, you're basically hitting as a block. But if you're relaxed, when you hit, everything will line up and it will circle, and every joint that you add to it adds power to it. Number 5 is acceleration. That's self-explanatory, you would think, right? People know you have to accelerate to hit. It's not the fact that you don't accelerate, it's where do you accelerate? Most people, what they do is they accelerate at the beginning, and then you have like a burst of energy, which is big, right? What happens is as it gets farther, the energy starts to dissipate, and you don't hit as hard. It's like a bullet. If I shoot a bullet, it comes out of the gun really fast. But when it gets to 300 yards, it starts to slow down. When I hit, I want to accelerate at the end. So what happens is I come in, and I have this nice motion, and right at the point of the target, I want to accelerate my hand and bring my mass through. Like that. When I get this acceleration at the end, that's when you get maximum power. So when I hit, there should be, a lot of times, depending, there should be some expansion and contraction. Sometimes what you'll find is there's actually expansion instead of contraction at the end. So if I hit this way, you'll watch my body expand that way. See that? So sometimes if I'm expanded, I will contract. Sometimes I will expand. Sometimes I'll do both. Sometimes I'll contract and then I'll expand. It just depends on what you're throwing. Again, you don't want to be friction fire guy and just turn because you're just staying here in one circle. What I want is when I turn, I want my mass, my core and my body to come through on that pad. Alignment. If I go like this and hit this, there's nothing. If I go like this and hit it, there's nothing. What happens is you have to get your body to a position where everything lines up in your center, and then right at the end it explodes through. If you're late or early, it destroys everything. Everything has to be nicely aligned and in your center and in your core. Rotation, when I hit, if I hit stiff like this, I'm hitting on one plane. One plane does not have as much power as if you add multiple planes and rotation into it. So when I hit, it'll be rotation a lot of times. Sometimes, even with these, there'll be rotation this way or rotation this way. The rotation is not something you try to do. It happens because that's how the body works. If you're relaxed enough, as you turn the angle, your body will have to rotate because as your body changes, it should rotate anyways. Don't force the rotation. Let it feel like it wants to do its job. Acceleration. Don't accelerate here. You're wasting your time. Get used to the idea that I want to get my hand in position, and right about there, that's when I accelerate. You want every fiber of your being to go through that pad just before it makes contact. So as I get to here, I'm going to do it slow. I'm here, and I accelerate. And rarely you'd be like this, and boom, right through it. Right? That's how you accelerate. You get that pop. So when I feel it get to that point, that's when I want to go through. You get a lot more penetration that way too. Like if I hit a person and I throw with acceleration here, a lot of times it'll stop. But if I get here and then I just explode through the target, I get much more on it. Work all these separate and then start playing with them together. At some point when you hit anything, there should be acceleration, weight shift, alignment, expansion, contraction, all this stuff should come together on every angle. If it's a straight punch, you should still get some expansion, contraction, rotation. If I'm throwing more of a hook, if I'm throwing a back fist, if I'm throwing anything, any angle, this should be the same idea. So the perfect punch is not a specific punch. The perfect punch is your body aligning up perfectly with the punch you're throwing. It doesn't matter the angle. Whether it's this way, or this way, or that way, or this way, or this way, it doesn't matter. You have to have all those elements in the body that come together to create that explosion at the end to create maximum power for what you're throwing. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ask questions, leave comments. Thank you guys for everything you do to help this channel grow.